You didn't get here by playing it safe. You built success with your bare hands, and your back against the wall, and your mind set like steel. But somewhere along the way, you got comfortable, and comfort is a liar. Welcome to the Steve Curcio podcast, the show for men who refuse to settle. Here we forge elite bodies, unshakable minds, and bulletproof lives. I'm Stephen Curcio, bodybuilder, coach, and founder of Humbled Fitness. I help career-driven men over 30 reclaim their edge, build muscle naturally, and rise to a higher standard in every area of life. This isn't motivation, it's mission. This isn't therapy, it's transformation. So if you're done playing small, get ready to level up. Be humble, be bold, be humbled. Let's get into it. Here's the truth no one's telling you. Comfort doesn't care about your potential. It doesn't want your best. It wants your obedience. It whispers lies like, you've earned this, you've done enough, just relax, you've made it. But the second you buy into that voice, you stop growing. You stop earning the body, you stop building the business, you stop becoming the man. Comfort is where discipline dies. And when discipline dies, so does your greatness. You know what's worse than failure? Plateauing, flatlining, staying the same while pretending you're still making progress. See, failure at least gives you feedback, but comfort, it gives you illusions. You think you're still grinding because your calendar's full. You think you're still in shape because you used to be jacked. You think you're leading because people still nod when you speak. But deep down, you know, you've lost your edge. You're not weak, but you're weaker. You're not lazy, but you're less hungry. You're not soft, but you've softened. This podcast exists to shake you out of that fog. Because excellence isn't a place you get to, it's a path you walk daily. Today's episode is anchored in the first pillar of our code of conduct in our business. Be relentless. Relentless doesn't mean loud, it doesn't mean angry, it doesn't mean reckless. It means you don't stop. You train when you're tired. You execute when you don't feel like it. You chase better every damn day. Relentless men don't seek motivation. They operate on mission. Relentless men don't make excuses. They make adjustments. Relentless men don't just perform when it's convenient. They perform because it's necessary. And if you're not living that way right now, that's not judgment. It's a wake-up call. Let me tell you about Matt. Or let's call him Matt. Let me tell you about my client, Matt. Or let's just call him Matt. This guy was high up there and was one of the head managers for Comcast Private Jets. Works for a Fortune 500 company, father of two. Used to be a college athlete, was kind of jacked in his 20s, but somewhere between boardrooms, bedtime stories, and burnout, he fell into the trap. He told himself he was too busy, too tired, too grown up for the level of intensity he used to bring. By the time we spoke, he gained 25 pounds. Couldn't recognize the man in the mirror. And worst of all, his son had stopped seeing him as a superhero. That wrecked him. We didn't start with motivation, we started with mission. Matt committed to being relentless. He trained 3 days a week, non-negotiable, prepped his meals even when traveling, turned his phone off at 9 p.m. to protect his sleep and his standards. 6 months later, down 24 pounds, stronger than he'd ever been in a decade. His son asked if he could train with dad after school because dad got his edge back. That's what being relentless builds. Not just muscle, but legacy. So here's your identity shifting challenge. Audit your life and name where comfort has lied to you. Not later, not tomorrow, today. Where have you softened your standards? Where have you replaced hunger with habit? Where are you busy but not building? Write it down, stare it in the face, and then make the ruthless decision. Burn the comfort. Rebuild the edge. Be relentless. I want you to write it on a piece of paper and burn it, legitimately. Because if you're serious about becoming the man your family respects and your enemies fear, the time isn't someday, it's now. If this hit home, share it with a man who's lost his fire and needs to reignite it. And if you're ready to stop talking and start building, reach out to me on the Real Steve Curcio on Instagram, and we'll keep in touch. If you want a body that commands respect, a mind that doesn't fold, and a legacy your family can feel, Start living like the man you were born to be. No more waiting, no more hiding. Take action, lead the way, and remember, be humble, be bold, be humbled. I'll see you in the next one.